All right, welcome back to the Popcorn Poppies. I'm Los Dos.
I'm J Rat.
I'm Milo.
Today we are watching episode 2 of season 3 of The Bear, titled Next.
Yep.
So we're about to find out what's next, and let's get into it. I want to go to Chicago, bro.
Bruh, I've been
nice.
trying to, bruh. I've been
If
trying
you go,
to.
you gotta stay in downtown so you can walk around everywhere.
Yeah.
Hey, yo. What is this?
This is Chicago love letter right now.
Is this a
bruh.
commercial?
Chicago commercial.
They just play this on TV sometimes. Like,
It's like on Chicago news stations
Yeah.
every day.
we are Chicago. That's what it feels like. One of those like
This is
Like
a
a
we
tourism-
are the people.
like a tourism like introduction video type thing.
that right there.
Like trying to get you to come visit Chicago.
Yeah.
They got you instantly.
Yeah.
We got something for
Oh,
everybody
fuck.
here.
They showed me a couple clips I was in. There's a little bit more context though, but I think I got to do this, bro.
Homemade joints.
We've been watching this. Wesley was talking about Chicago.
I've been trying to go to Chicago for the last like 4 years, bruh. Hasn't happened yet.
Just a bunch of peas in a pod.
Micro radish. Fridge?
Yes.
Chaos.
Break that box down
That
Yeah.
triggered me, bro.
Why are these micros
tweaking.
so expensive?
because they're micro.
I always thought the interesting thing about like coming from that last episode to, or not last episode, but the season finale of season 2 to like this season was like all that happened, and it's like they still have to move forward. I mean, like that's not the end all be all. Like now y'all got to figure out how to actually run this place, because that was just family and friends night. Like,
Carm,
Hey,
hi.
what's up?
I don't know. I guess I'll start with what is this?
she said, "Ooh, I want that
R&D.
one."
You redid everything.
Yeah, well, I subtracted and I pushed.
Okay, you want to spell out for me what exactly you subtracted and what exactly you pushed?
Sid, we're gonna get a star. What? And we're gonna ditch the cavatelli.
Better for service.
Right, I'm gonna change it every day.
The cavatelli or the raviolo?
Everything.
We're gonna change everything every day?
Yes, I made a list, sugar,
Why?
so they can see what we're capable of.
Who's they?
Cantina, a DocuSign in your inbox.
Carmen,
See that?
no, saying what?
It is a partnership agreement. You, me, Nat. There's a vetting schedule.
Vesting.
Vesting schedule. Thank
okay,
you.
and what does that say?
How much of this place you're gonna own? You okay?
I feel like I've been here an hour.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Why are you doing this?
So that I can push you and you can push me. That's what you wanted, right?
You quitting
I'm
smoking?
trying. Yes.
That boy needs some kind of vice.
Have
He's
you
tweaking.
talked to Richie yet? Of the place. Is that what you think mise en place means?
John Wick.
Morning, team. How's everybody feeling?
Stares right at him.
How we feeling?
Hey, Chef Sid, have you seen my iron? Also, when you have a sec, would you ask Chef Carmen what the fuck he did with my tables out front?
Chef Sid, would you please tell
Oh, here we
Richard
go.
that I thought I would set him up for success and arrange his tables in a more efficient pattern?
Is that what you did?
Yes. I walked in, and it was so strange. It looked like the person who had done it previously had never left the city of
I
Chicago.
can leave the city of Chicago out of it.
Zero flow, no efficiency, looked like shit, so I thought I'd give you a hand.
Chef Sid, would you tell Chef Carmen that I can give him a
Watch
fucking
you in
hand?
the
if
middle.
He wants to give me a fucking hand, he can give me a
I'll give you a
fucking
fucking
hand.
hand.
Go ahead, give me a
if
fucking
you
hand.
need. Chef Carmen uses power phrases because he's a baby replicant who's not self-actualized, which is maybe why he repeatedly referred to me as a loser.
Richie, I apologize.
No, it's all good. I don't need your apology. I know how you feel now.
Chef Sidney, I don't remember Richard apologizing for all the shit. He was literally screaming at me while I was in the
Like I
fridge.
love you?
No.
What?
You know what? I'm keeping our shit separate from this shit like a goddamn G. Out there, that's my dojo. Fear does not exist in that dojo.
Richard, I added more 2-tops because all those 4-tops were fucking nonsense.
You
Okay?
added the 4-tops in the
I
first
moved
place,
the
dog.
flowers because
You
Jesus
added the
Christ,
4-tops
that
in
was
the
a lot of
first place.
flowers.
Guys, those
and I
flowers
said, I'm
are
sorry, but
elegant
I
as
can't keep
fucking
apologizing. And you're screaming.
Am I?
Yeah, you are.
Oh, yeah, that's fucking rich.
Is it fucking rich? Is it fucking rich, Richard?
You want to get the
it's
fuck
fucking
out of
rich.
my
And
face,
you
Carmen?
both shut the fuck up, please. No,
Reggie's
what
so
the fuck
funny,
to
bro,
do right
because
now?
he's like the same person,
Oh my god, am I
but like
finally
a little more refined. So he's like trying to remain cool, but he's just like snapping back into it.
Am I having a stroke?
The lights.
Facts are on the way.
Okay, Richie, here's what we're gonna do. You got a problem, you got a question, you talk to me.
Good.
He does not exist.
Chef Sidney, I have a question.
Yes, Richie?
What's
Shoot.
this ass?
Those are non-negotiables. Are you not familiar with that phrase?
Stop.
It says it right on
Stop.
top of the
You. Nothing from you. Richie, these are non-negotiables.
I can sense the sarcasm.
No. Not sarcasm. Snark, contempt even.
Chef Sidney, follow-up question. What the fuck are non-negotiable? Interesting. You know, I gotta say that some of these suggestions, naturally, I would have suggested. But,
Great.
you know, when it does come to something like vibrant collaboration, I mean, that can get fucked, right?
No, you can get fucked.
No. You get fucked.
I'm sorry. I think you can get fucked.
No, you can get fucked.
No, please.
No,
After you,
I
you
insist.
get fucked.
You get fucked.
No, please.
You get fucked.
fucked.
Absolutely.
No,
you get fucked
you go
first,
ahead
and then
get fucked.
I insist that you get fucked, my good man.
You both
I
can
insist.
get fucked. I would love to start working.
Also, when I see I'm trapped in a prison of
Ted,
my
you
own
have to do that right
design.
fucking now.
It's right here, Carl.
Sorry, Ted.
Oh, sorry, Ted. That's some real growth.
I apologize to you. I apologize, Richie. I apologize. I apologize.
Hey, man.
Morning,
I don't know.
T.
I said, what's up, T?
Hey.
I
The
think
shit
some
you
of
were
these
saying to me.
non-negotiables, you need to do some negotiating with yourself.
Oh, yeah?
You tell me. Changing the menu every day?
It's bad.
To me, that sounds a little bit like running away.
Okay, fuck you. There.
Oh,
all right?
No,
How
there.
about that?
Fuck you.
There.
No, there.
Fuck you.
Fuck you. There.
Please stop. This is scary. Too much, man. Please calm down. I saw Claire Burr.
What?
Yeah. What?
Where?
At a friend's. It's all good. All good.
It's all good?
Yeah, like you. Well,
How could it possibly be all good?
I think it just seems a little impossible for it to be like all good.
yeah.
Impossible that it's all good.
Richie, shut up. Ted,
No,
speak.
I mean, we're all good. Like right here, this little cul-de-sac, we're good with her.
Yeah.
You know, but
The
like
cul-de-sac.
you're not good with her. You're dusted. You're good. Like a little, like sweep his ass up, like dusted. Like
Yeah,
a
no,
little,
we got
no,
it.
Look, listen, Carm. If good is right here, you know, you're there.
That's above.
That would mean I am good.
I'm on a ladder. It's different.
No,
I'm
good.
backwards. I'm up and down sometimes. It's just like you're under the floor, Jay. You're under the building. Down there. Like you're under the CTA.
Enough.
I said I got
I
it,
don't know what you said
motherfucker.
to Claire, but
I
if it's
got it.
anything like what you said to
okay?
me, that's fucking-
I got it. God damn it.
Why is it so quiet?
He was gonna tell us what he said to Claire.
Has anybody
He's like
checked
in
in
an
on this
intervention
yet,
down
or,
there.
I tried to.
And more people keep
Classic
coming
behavioral
up.
dysregulation.
Asking the same thing.
She overheard him talking in the fridge, and we're just trying to figure out what it is he said.
How do you know this? Does everybody know this?
Group chat, bro.
What'd you say, Carm?
I said that I thought it was all a waste of time.
Because?
Because I am who I am.
And she's a distraction. Say that.
Yikes.
Okay, who cares? Let's get some work done, huh?
I actually agree.
Well, then I actually take it back. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Okay, okay, let's
Well, then I take it back.
No, wait a second, wait a second.
let's move
you.
on.
Please let Chef Carmen know that my additional thoughts about tipping is that in general it's a pretty fucked up practice.
I can definitely relay your message, but I personally am curious why.
Why is it fucked up?
You judge a professional based on their performance and then determine how much money they're gonna make? That's fucking stupid. I go see a play, the actors are bullshit, I don't pay them.
Sorry, do you go to a lot of theater, Richard?
I can't.
Nobody has to say anything. I just want to work. Just want to be here with y'all and not think about it for a second. Cool? What's this?
Non-negotiables.
That feels like as good a time as any to get back to work.
Yo,
Yeah.
look, I know that list probably looks crazy.
That to me?
You said you don't want to talk about it, and I get that, but I just wanted you to know that some of us here, we probably know how you're feeling.
It's a weird couple days.
Yeah. Just maybe, you know, instead of not dealing with it, try to,
Is that what you did?
No.
Not at all.
No. I'm here. You know. If you need anything, I'm here.
I was here when she died.
I know that. And I feel terrible.
No, I mean that as a good thing. I think that's how it was supposed to be.
How do you mean?
I don't know, like, she wanted me to be with y'all. This is what's up now. This place has got to work, and I need you to do something for me.
Yeah, name it.
Take us there, Bear.
This is Preacher Man.
Yes, chef.
They go through 2 days. We go through 2 days.
That's Preacher Man, bro.
Take us there. Take us to the promised land.
Take us to the promised land.
Right into the chaos.
Yeah.
Like I knew would happen.
As soon as that door opened, bro.
Freaking. They jumped right back into the hectic, you know, but it's funny how they deal with it this time around.
Yeah.
Cousin's just stubborn as hell. Huh?
Yeah. They both are, which is really interesting. I think the funniest part is, like, you can tell that he's different. Like, just the words that he chooses to use. Affirmative. Like, like, just certain things that he chooses to say and, like, how he's saying them, but he's still, like, underlying the same person.
Yeah.
No, actually, on second thought, you fuck you. Like,
Yeah.
It's just like,
Indubitably.
yeah, he was, like, never speaking like that before, but it was still fuck you. Like,
He's more classy now. With
yeah.
So yeah, that episode definitely brings us right back into everything. Like, right back to the chaos, right back to the hectic. I think to me, the thing that stands out is it's all of them. It's every single one of them.
Like, everybody, damn near the whole cast was in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But with the non-negotiables, like it's like they all hate it, but it's also how they all function with the chaos. Right? Be quiet, but it's like they're participating. Like they are also like chaotic.
Yeah, they're all like, each of them are a cog in the wheel.
Yeah.
Each one of them. They all hate the wheel, but they're a part of it.
And like him trying to bring these non-negotiables, I feel like really shows like how each of them is like a cog in that, because they reject it like wholeheartedly, like
Yeah.
reject it. But you can see like the little things, like when he brings up the star,
Yeah.
you know, she kind of like shuts up for half a second.
Like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even with even though like Cousin's being a dickhead, like he's like
He's on board.
He's taking
Yeah.
that serious.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're ruining my like not ruining, but
My
like,
dojo.
You're messing with what I have set up.
Yeah.
Why? And then like even with the pricing, he's like, nah, that's a good price.
No, but still, fuck you.
It's like little things like that. I think a lot of times in this show, they use characters to mirror each other. right? They give insight, like we talk about the level ISOs, and even though that was like half a second ISO, like
With him and Marcus.
yeah,
Yeah.
like him talking to Marcus right there shows a lot.
Yeah.
Because he goes over to him and lets him know, like, oh, like, you know, typical, like, I'm here for you. But also at the same time, like, I fucked up when this sort of thing happened to me.
Like I'm telling you from experience.
Yeah, like don't try to shove it down.
Yeah.
You know. And that
And he was honest about it too. I think that was the biggest part. He was honest about it. Because he could have very easily lied because he was about to say something. Marcus was like, "Did you?" Nah. Like,
no.
I'm sitting
That's
here.
why I'm telling
that's
you.
That's why, yeah, you know.
Things like that. It's those little things like that that are, you know, like push the show forward.
The growth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
I think that was like one of my favorite ISOs because
Yeah.
of how much growth Carmi has and how much Marcus respects Carmi. And it's really quick. It's like maybe 2 minutes.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's one of my favorites because of that level of respect and openness in that conversation. And out of everybody there in the kitchen, Marcus is the only one that was on board with the non-negotiables
Right away.
instantly, because he knows he's been to that, like, that level of work.
Yeah.
Carmi has been there. He's mastered it.
Yeah,
right?
that was kind of the first thing that came to my mind was he went to Copenhagen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I mean,
he
understands.
He's following his path kind
Yeah.
of in that world.
Mm-hmm.
But Carmi has done this. You know, Carmi is the one that should lead the way, and he's trying to.
Yeah.
And I feel like this episode has a lot of parallels to the first season.
Yeah.
You know, the non-negotiables are like when he's first trying to start up the restaurant, you know, like trying to take over from Richie after Mikey died.
Yeah.
That's kind of like what I seen in this episode after a second watch. Like they're all complaining like, no. But he's just trying to level them up one more time, you know? I think that's one of my favorite things. It's kind of like a parallel to the first season and then that ending.
Yeah.
And it's all in that one room too,
Yeah.
which I like filmmaking wise.
Yeah, that was a cool aspect of it.
Yeah, and it's funny. Richie was funny.
Yeah. Yeah, it was definitely funny.
Yeah. I thought of some. I don't know if you want to go first or.
Yeah, I think so. For one, yeah, the episode was great. I did like that aspect too, Mig, about everything happened. Majority of it was like all in the kitchen, which was cool. I mean, obviously a lot of the episodes happen in the kitchen, but this one was very chaotic in just that one spot. And people were coming in and out of the kitchen, leaving, coming back. So many different dialogues happening at one time. But a lot of it stemmed from the non-negotiables and like the changes that are going to be happening. And the chaos that happened, you know, the night before. And so it was interesting in that way. I think one of my favorite parts of it, which I think kind of shows the love that they all have for each other in the midst of all the chaos, because the second Marcus walked in, everybody went silent.
Yeah.
Like they were arguing and like going back and forth, He walked in and it was silent. But it wasn't silent because it was awkward. It was silent because they felt like they were feeling for him. You know what I mean? Like it was like a, oh shit, like I hope he's okay type of vibe. Like it wasn't like awkward, like, oh, I don't know what to say. It was like, damn. You know what I mean? Like it was like, we know what you're feeling. And he was immediately just like, y'all don't got to say nothing. Like, I just want to work. And they didn't press it or nothing. Obviously, Carmi went and talked to him. But even when he talked to him, he wasn't pressing him. He was just like, look, I know you don't want to talk about it, but here's a little bit of advice. And that was that. So I think it shows that, and we know it, but stuff like that shows that like through all the arguing and all the BS, like they really do care about each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that just showed immediately, like as soon as he walked in, it went like silent. Just like almost out of like respect of like you're walking into this. Where are you at, like, mentally, before we continue with the BS? Like, you know what I mean? But yeah, great episode for sure.
I think, like when he walked in,
Mhm.
I don't know if this is written specifically to be that way or whatever, but like talking about it, looking at it now again, like thinking about what happened, like when he comes in, everybody shuts up, and they all get like back to work, right? And in a sense, it kind of, to me, like it relates to just this idea that they sort of all have of like this place needs to work.
Yeah.
When he comes in, like everyone, like you said, they feel what he's feeling, and right now he has this sense of like, I don't have anything left.
No, this is it.
This place is it.
Yeah.
And not necessarily that that's what they're feeling, but that force, that idea, that's what's driving this place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Of like, this needs to work.
Yeah.
So he comes in, they all shut up. Then, Carmen goes and talks to him. And I think the good thing about that is at the end when he tells him, like, you need to lead us there.
Yeah.
Take us there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's that just like that driving force, that idea of like, this needs to work. And he right now, I think, feels it more than anybody.
Yeah.
Just because like this is very on the nose, on the spot right now. This is just happening for him.
Yeah.
He just lost his mom. Like he really has nothing left but this.
But them and the bear.
Yeah.
Like, literally.
So he comes in, he's really from the bottom of his heart telling Carmen, like, take us there, bro. Because like
this is it.
This is it.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's good. And this is what I was gonna say earlier, and it kinda leads into it pretty good, but like the ISOs are never one sided.
No, both of them get something from it. Yeah.
So like Carmi gets. So he talks to him, makes him understand. Like we're here. Don't. You don't have to make the mistake.
Don't isolate. Yeah.
Yeah. But at the same time, Carmi gets this like almost sense of like reassurance. Like Carmi's backed.
Like somebody's supporting him. Yeah.
And it gives him, obviously everyone will probably get on board and stuff, but in that moment, when all he's feeling is pushed back, and him to say it the way that he said it too, like, to really push this idea, and I think it's important because this is what every single character in here is driving off that same idea of like, this needs to work.
Yeah, I was gonna hop on that too. Like it. So I think why Carmi and Marcus kind of connect in that way is because in the same way that Marcus lost his mom and like this is all he has. Although Carmi still has a lot of family, like he lost his brother, and like for him this is it. Like this is all it's ever been. Yeah. So they kind of connect in that way. And like you're saying, everybody else, this is it for everybody. But this is it, quote unquote, is looked through a different lens for every person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For like Richie, like he's just trying to like become a new person. For Sid, like she wants to become what Carmi was. She wants, you know what I mean? For other folks, it's like they just want to be a part of it. Like Tina is becoming a new person almost, and like she is loving the responsibility she has, and like she's enjoying that. But they all like are attached to it just in a different way. But I think that's why it was so easy for Marcus to be like, "No, this looks good."
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I mean,
I think Marcus and Carmi are connected to this in sort of the same way now.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, he's as much as Carmi's doing it for himself, he's doing it for his brother.
Yeah.
Right.
It was their thing that it was supposed to be.
Marcus mentioned like, I think this is what she wanted. This is where she wanted.
I was supposed to be here. Yeah.
So, I think for them, they're like he says, I've been there. Like I think they are in the same place now.
Yeah.
So I think for them that's like a real strong connection.
Mm-hmm.
Any final thoughts?
No, I think just that ISO was perfect.
Yeah.
Like how much he relayed to Carmi, how like this is where I'm meant to be. And I feel like when I first watched it, I got like really emotional watching it because I'm like, it's like that like when you watch like a sports movie.
Yeah.
You see them like, man, they want this, you know. So like watching that, and I was like, man, like this is why I love this show, you know, because these guys want this.
Yeah.
And so, like you see it in Carmi, you see it in everybody, but you've seen it in Marcus all throughout
The
the,
whole
show,
time, yeah.
like consistently. Like he's been working, and then now it's like, hey, they're here, and this is what they got to do. Like this is it, you know.
Yeah.
So we just gotta figure out what's next for him.
I feel like Marcus too has come like a long way.
Yeah,
He's had it like his arc is so interesting because it's I don't want to say it's separate from the show because it's not. Like he's still an integral part, but a lot of like what he's done is almost like behind the scenes.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like not everybody's seen him really putting in that work.
Leveling up.
Yeah, you know, like he been shooting in the gym.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know what I mean? By himself, damn near, and like really leveling up. And it's, yeah.
I feel like that's also because he's a
He's like
separate
a
part
bakery.
Exactly.
of the kitchen.
Yeah.
So like what he does isn't really the forefront of the show, what we're seeing all the
Yeah.
time. We're seeing like Carmi and Sydney.
Yeah.
But like we see him wanting it, and then he's obviously getting better.
Yeah.
And we don't really even have to, they don't even have to show us. Like
Nah,
we just know.
Exactly.
I mean, we've seen him like make new things after Copenhagen, but that's about it.
Yeah.
But you just know like he's
Mm-hmm.
I feel
leveling
like
up.
even so I feel like Copenhagen, him going there is like a very big thing.
Yeah, it was huge.
Because like even when we're watching the episode with the montage and stuff, like
Yeah,
he got sent to Copenhagen because she saw something.
and it's the same thing.
She saw something like in him, like a very like high potential.
Yeah.
And so when he sent Marcus to Copenhagen, like obviously like that means something in the moment, but I feel like with added context, it means a lot more.
Yeah, because and that it goes into how they're connected in that way.
Yeah.
And I think it even speaks more to why Carmi felt called to go and speak to him.
Yeah.
Regardless of what he said, like, oh, you don't have to talk about it. Like maybe if he didn't feel that connection, he might not have gone and talked to him. But he felt like he had to. And even if in that conversation he didn't really have all the words to say, like you could tell he was struggling. He didn't even look him in the eyes. Like he was just kind of like,
I noticed that a lot.
Yeah.
I definitely like noticed
that's something Carmi,
he doesn't make eye contact.
No, he doesn't do like well with eye contact.
Yeah.
And like real like deep conversations, he doesn't. If he's saying fuck you, yes. But other than that, like you could tell he was uncomfortable, but he felt like he had to say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you could kind of see what you're saying about Carmi seeing something in him to go to Copenhagen. You can kind of see like the imprint of his past chefs in that, you know?
Oh, for sure.
Like how we were talking about last episode where he's like crazy and stuff, yelling, and that's kind of like stemming from that one dude.
Yeah.
Getting on him. And then him having Richie go to her kitchen, having Marcus go to Copenhagen, having Tina go to culinary school, like all that. It's kind of like an imprint of chef. I forgot her name, but the other chef. You know, so like he's kind of in the middle still.
Definitely.
And I feel like that's kind of what this season is leading to. Is like it's showing you that already.
Yeah.
Especially last episode with how they showed multiple different chefs.
For sure.
Him working under multiple different chefs.
Yeah, I think the thing with the different chefs is like, I mean, this is true for everybody in every aspect of life, but everyone has influence.
For sure.
Everyone is influenced. But at the end of the day, you're always going to be your own person. And that's why it's like, I don't think it's never going to be Carmi figuring out which one of those he wants to be. he's always going to be every piece of them. You know what I mean?
And at the same time, he'll always be Carmi.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's right, but also it's like how you want to run your kitchen, how you want to be remembered. You know?
Yeah, but even so, like the thing is, like he might take the negative guy, and he might keep that in mind. Like I don't want to be like that, but at the same time, when he was making his list of non-negotiables, those non-negotiables are still also highly influenced by that same person.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
As much as he hates him, as much as he doesn't want to be like him, that person is, formed who Carmi's going to be as a chef.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see the rest of this season and how it goes. It's I feel like every character is coming into their own and like blossoming in a way. And it's very interesting to see because it's all happening at the same time.
Yeah,
that's the most interesting thing about this show in general. Throughout all the seasons, like every single character is growing in some way. Where like some other shows that maybe aren't as good or critically acclaimed, like you'll see certain arcs with certain characters that are popular or whatever.
Yeah.
I know every character in this is like grown in some way.
I think too that plays into the chaos.
Yeah.
Because it's like a relationship. When you're growing with another person, you have to figure out who you are in comparison to them.
Yeah.
If I'm changing and you're changing. If I'm changing and you're constant, at least I know how to react to this. But if I'm changing and you're changing, I don't even know how my reactions are going to be anymore.
Yeah, and on top of that, like we have to figure out, okay, we used to interact in this way, but now we're both two different people. How do we interact now? Like, you know what I mean?
And you could kind of see it with Carmi and Cousin, right? Because as much as they're still talking shit, it's changed.
it's still like they're talking shit, but it's moving in a productive direction. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's a good number, but still fuck you. Like that in its own is like
like a great screenshot of it.
Yeah. It's a perfect example of that.
It is almost like two separate shows with how much they've grown.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Like me and Jay have seen this season, but it feels like this season is completely different from the first two.
Yeah.
And I feel like you could already tell right now.
Yeah. Well, even the second season, towards the end of it, I was already kind of saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then that also, like, filmmaking wise, with the color grading, like
that too, yeah.
You see in the last episode, like the very first, like shots from the first episode and the color grading, how it was, and how much like bluer and wider it is compared to that green and like orangey.
Yeah.
I feel like in terms of everything, like characters and how people are acting and plot and stuff, it's like, and this is life really. So, if anything, they're doing a good job of showing it. But like, it's up, down a little bit, right, and then up higher, down a little bit, and then up higher.
Yeah, they're trending.
So
yeah.
they're growing, and they might drop and fall back at times, but they're never going to rock bottom.
Yeah.
No.
Right? They're falling a little bit, and then still making progress. So every time they drop, they're still higher than where they started.
They're still higher than the bottom line.
Yeah.
Which is good. It's great.
Yeah. So there's a lot. There's a lot going on, and so to be fair, because like, not a lot happened right now. Truthfully.
No, it was all isolated in the kitchen.
But
We've only gone like
this
maybe
is probably
a couple
one of
hours.
the longest conversations we've had about Bear episode.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Bro, I'm telling you, I love this show, bro.
Yeah.
I can't say enough about it, honestly.
I have like two more things. I really like the fact that, like you're saying, the trending up and down. Carmi's down was last night for them.
Yeah.
And like instantly, he's like, "Fuck that! Like we got to start this non-negotiables. I'm changing this like now." He flipped that switch like instantly. He slept and he was done like with
That's
all
true.
that stuff.
Yeah.
He looked out the window in the morning and he's like, "Okay, let's go."
It's time.
Yeah. And then the second thing is where you're saying like, yeah, this is it. Like this is it for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
and in the last season when Carmi and Sydney are like trying out new stuff, they're at his apartment, and he's like, "Do you really want this star?"
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "Yeah." He's like, "You have to care about everything more than anything." So like, Marcus, this is everything now.
Yeah.
You know, and for a lot of these guys, it is everything. So
Yeah.
I think that's like one of my favorite quotes from the show.
Mm-hmm.
Is like, to be this level, you really have to care about everything more than anything.
Well,
Yeah.
And anything at any
yeah.
level, like sports
Yeah,
or like
so
art. And
You got to really lock in. It has to be everything.
It's
Yeah.
kind of like, to be, obviously you could be great and still be sort of normal, but people that are like just astronomically great, like the legends, right? Like Michael Jackson, like we think of music,
Yeah.
Michael Jordan, you know, like they are almost psychotic
Yeah.
when,
Yeah.
when like with their passion. Like it's they sacrifice so much that it's like you lose so much connection to certain things and people. Like Michael Jordan really made up stories. Like literally, like, bro, you're a psychopath.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm not saying you have to go that deep, but like you do. You're almost putting part of your humanity into it.
Yeah.
For it to become something like that great. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's one of my favorite things about this show. And that's why I like Whiplash so much. Like these type of stories of where they're like, it's like everything matters to master something.
Yeah.
I think that's why I like this show so much.
Yeah.
And Carmi's character so much.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah. It's like or who was it? I don't know who said it, but the F1 driver said basically like, I'm not going to break. They have a wife and kids at home. Like,
yeah.
They're going to hit the brakes.
That's the thing in the motorsports world where it's like,
Yeah.
I'm willing to.
I'm going to die.
I mean, well, shoot.
If he won't, he's not willing to die.
Yeah,
He has too much to lose.
Yeah.
I'm going to hit the gas, and he will stop.
There's this is like low key off topic, but since you're talking about like sports, obviously you know Israel Adesanya. I don't know if you've seen the clip, but when he was in a fight a handful of years ago, like the last round or whatever, he was literally like mouthed to himself like, "I'm willing to die." He was in the ring and said that, and he ended up winning the fight. But I watched a video of him, and he did a workout with David Goggins like a month ago or something like that. And like you would expect, like he was willing to like go through it, but he was throwing up and like just like he couldn't hang with David because David's obviously crazy, but this is like a world-class fighter, but he was like willing to go through that because he's like, nah, I need to be better. Like he's towards the end of his career, he's like in his later 30s or whatever, and he's like, nah, like I need to get another level to be where I'm at. And he was like throwing up and just like hopping right back on the bike. Like not even like throwing up, oh, I'm done. Like he was like hop right back on the bike. Like
I feel like we bring up sports a lot when we talk about this kind of stuff, and it's easy to make the comparison for sports because we see it, right?
and have lived
it's
it.
broadcasted to us and stuff like that. We've lived through these kinds of things. Maybe not at that level, but still, like there's this degree of like putting in that effort, and it's just easy to see because when sports, it's like that's the focal point.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
You see people out there performing and doing. You don't go to a restaurant and see this.
No.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
And the easy comparison too is like it's easy to see there's easily like you can see the result.
Yeah.
You put in X amount of work, you lost. You put in X amount of work, you win 3 championships back to back. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like you said, with restaurants, it's like they could put in all this work and it might still not work just because of like outward, factors.
Yeah.
It's a sense of passion, right? That is in every aspect of life, in any profession that exists. But it's not always portrayed. right? It almost reminds me of like The Pursuit of Happiness, right? That's not a sports movie, but it's that same degree of like,
This
I'm
is
going
it.
to make this happen.
Yeah.
No matter
no other
what
option.
happens, this will work because I have no choice but for it to work.
For survival.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Right. And that's when you have real, true passion, that's how you see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If that's it, and even if you have fallbacks, or even if there is other things that you can do, you have to take this thing, like you said, and accept it as, I care about this more than anything else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is the only thing that matters. And when you do that, you reach this next level of opportunity.
Greatness.
You know, and for some people, they become distant, right? They have to distance themselves from everything in order to get to that point. And for some people, they're able to find a balance, but at the end of the day, like you have to lock in a way that is almost psychotic sometimes to be like astoundingly great at something.
Yeah, you really have to be willing to
Let
go
go.
through certain other things to be at that level.
Yeah.
Like what Carmi's going through.
For
I was
sure.
like, this is all a waste of time with Claire Bear.
Yeah.
But is it or is it not? You know, if you ask a different person, it's not a waste of time. But if you ask him, to him at that point in time, it is. You know,
Right.
So that's what I think is kind of interesting about Carmi after that event happened. Is like, what is his path in life after cooking? You know, is he gonna cook forever, or is he gonna like stop?
Yeah.
And pursue a family or whatever, because he's reached the heights.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's already
Now he's just doing it for his brother, essentially.
for the pride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's for him kind of what he has to decide. You know, it's to push everything away. You know, now to gain something that will not necessarily last forever, or maybe not what he wants forever.
Yeah.
And then having nothing to go back to.
Mm.
You know.
Yeah. Hard choice.
All right. Anything else?
No, that's it for me.
All right. Well, that was a lot that we said. So as you can imagine, we really liked that episode.
For sure.
Not a lot happened, but also at the same time, a lot happened. And that seems to be a theme right now in this show. But that was episode 2 of The Bear. Thank you guys for watching, and we definitely hope you guys come back for the next episode.
Is there?
Peace.